Hello, everyone. My name is Steven Cortez, and I'll be your host today. In this video, we're going to go over with you how to add muscle and increase weight on your bully. What you will learn today, two big issues that all bully owners are wanting to achieve with their dog, and that's how to add muscle and how to increase a healthy weight on your skinny dog the correct way. Again, I'm your host, Steven Cortez, and I have on the line Stan Smith. He's a dog nutritional expert with over 15 years experience in dog nutrition. His nutritional advice has helped play a part in many world, national, and international champion dog owners who've competed in events such as conformation shows, weight pull, iron dog, diving, agility, lure racing, fly ball, and protection sports. Stan, are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Steven?
Great, man. So let's jump right into this video and just give people a reason why we created this video. Feel free to give me input from here on. A lot of false, misleading information out there in the bully community. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, when it comes to nutrition, there's a lot of false and a lot of new owners are actually being misguided. Our main goal is we want to better educate bully owners on proper muscle building and weight gaining because that seems to be their main objective. A lot of them are competing in conformation shows, which if you're a new dog owner, if you don't know what a conformation show is, it's basically canine bodybuilding. And we want to just make sure that all the new owners are educated and we throw out all the myths and false accolades and claims out there when it comes to actually building muscle on your dog.
Right. Yeah, we just seen a lot of misleading information out there, and we just want to better educate those out there on, again, proper nutrition, how to correctly build muscle and add weight gain to your dog the right way, and get rid of those that are lying to you out there about using this or quick ways to do it. So that's what this video is about, just better education on reaching your goal with your dog. So let's jump right in. How to increase muscle. So go ahead and take over, Stan.
You know, while every dog is unique and there's a ton of different factors that can play a role in your overall dog's muscle development, such as its DNA, its genetic makeup, its age, the time that you put behind the dog, and of course its nutritional program. But the only scientifically proven method or way to build muscle is by breaking it down and rebuilding it. You know, we've had the privilege to work with many bully owners, some that compete in weight pull, and iron dog. And of course, you know, through our time in research, the best way to actually break down muscle tissue is through muscle retention exercises.
Right.
Some of the best exercises that we've researched when we field studied this that it actually applies force and retention against the muscle. Of course, our drag sleds, weight pulling, flirt pull with a weighted vest, hill work, sprinting your bully up and down hills,
Right.
Swimming, of course, and spring pull action. We found that dogs that receive a variety of muscle retention exercises tend to develop better muscle definition just due to the different muscle confusions that their muscles are experiencing. And of course, we'll get in more detail about the benefits and the role that muscle confusion plays in future videos.
Right. Okay. So let's move on to the third.
Okay, so how to increase muscle. Another important factor to build muscle is how you fuel the muscle tissue during the repairing process. Of course, you break down the muscle tissue, and after you break it down, it has to be repaired. Well, we all know that high quality proteins is a must. It's a staple. Your dog is made up of water and protein, so the type of protein you put in your dog's system is essential. But a lot of things that one of the things that people don't realize is that the benefits of nutritional fats and the roles they play when it comes to adding size and maximizing your high quality protein intake. You got to have the right balance of both. You can't have too much protein or too much fat to reap the benefits.
Right. So let's move on to how to increase weight.
Okay, so let's get the misconception. Adding weight to your dog and adding quality muscle are two completely different things. It's easy to add weight to your dog. Now, it can be a little bit challenging when it comes to adding quality muscle and weight to your dog correctly.
Okay. Can you go into more detail on that?
Well, yeah. So go ahead and skip to the next one, Steven.
Okay.
Like we've told you before, the only scientifically proven way to add weight to your dog is through calories. I mean, you hear a lot of humans talk about calorie counting. The same thing works with dogs. And depending on where those calorie sources derive from will determine, the type of weight you put on your dog. For example, if you feed him a processed, non-grain-free kibble, he's going to look completely different than if you were feeding him a grain-free kibble or have your dog on a raw diet.
Right. Okay. Which makes sense.
The best way to actually increase your dog's healthy calorie intake without subjecting them to unnecessary overfeeding is through essential fats and high quality proteins. A lot of people free feed and they way overfeed their dogs. It's really unnecessary. And while many dogs tend to have like a ton of protein in their diet, what they really lack is essential fats. Now, like I said, we'll go into more detail about the benefits and the roles that fat play in future videos. But we have a lot of, like, say, for example, I work with a lot of clients who feed raw and they feed grain-free, and their dogs tend to be a little bit underweight. And it's a real easy fix. And all we have to do is really incorporate is essential fats.
Okay. So let's go over some additional questions we get a lot from our viewers out there. So one would be, the first one is, what tips can we give those that are buying dog supplements out there? What should they look for? What's the good ones versus the bad ones? Any additional tips on that?
I mean, that's a great question, Steven. First and foremost, depending on what your supplemental goal is, you're going to want to find a product that is going to help you achieve that. For example, if you're looking to add muscle mass, you're not going to put your dog on a joint supplement. You know what I mean? So for what I always look for, and what we make sure that a lot of our clients look for, whether they're using our supplements or not, is the claims. Do the off-label claims match the on-label claims? And the reason why this is extremely important.
Now, what you mean by that is what's on the bottle, what's stated on the actual bottle label versus what's on printed on a website or anywhere besides the actual bottle itself, correct?
Yeah.
By off-label claims.
Yeah. For example, if a product states that it's a muscle building product, you should be able to see that claim on the label. And the reason is, here's the reason, is because labeling, there's two labeling guidelines. There's AAFCO and there's the National Animal Supplement Council. And depending on what your product falls under, if it falls under a feed, you're going to go through through AAFCO. If it falls under supplement, you're going to go up through the National Animal Supplement Council. Either way, they have to state or have proven that ingredient or the ingredients in that product support those claims. So if your product does not say that it builds muscle or adds size or adds mass on the actual label, that is an instant red flag that those ingredients do not support those claims or haven't been proven to support those claims.
Right, which makes perfect sense.
Some other things that you should be aware of, this is a really good trick in the book, is that they guarantee a specific result or non-specific result. Let's say, they'll say, I guarantee your results in 30 days or less. And that's great, but what kind of results are we looking for? What if you give this product to your dog and they have allergic reaction, or what kind of results? Always make sure when you talk to the company or when you purchase a product, you ask them, be specific about the result. A lot of them like to hide the whole 100%, hide behind the whole 100% money back guaranteed if you don't receive your result.
Right. And you're stating what specific, have them be more specific as far as to deliver what to my dog, right? What kind of guarantee, what kind of results is my dog expecting behind your guarantee? Absolutely.
A lot of consumers, they'll look at a website and the only word they see is guaranteed result. But is that bad results? Great results? Is my dog going to add this much weight? Is my dog going to get this much stronger? So you got to be really aware about, some of the gimmick product brands out there that are really smart about how to deceive clients and dog owners.
Right. Okay. That makes perfect sense. So for anyone out there, again, always read your label, compare, read the label, what it claims on the label, make sure that it's stating what you're wanting, correct? As far as if it's a muscle builder, it should state on the label muscle builder or whatever type of product it is, correct? Is that what you're saying? Versus
Yeah.
off-label and on-label claims, they need to
Yes, for
match.
example, Stephen, let's talk about Vitabully. Now, Vitabully is an exceptional multivitamin. It's packed with nutrients, amino acids, but it falls underneath the feed. Nowhere on there do you see off the label, on the label, that it's guaranteed to build muscle mass, correct? But then we specifically formulated a product called Muscle Bully. And on that
Mhm.
product, on the actual label, you'll see supports building muscle, muscle performance, and muscle recovery. Why? Because it contains ingredients that have been proven to support those claims.
Right. Okay. And as far as, again, one more time, with a guarantee, we want anyone out there when they're buying a supplement and they're seeing some type of guarantee delivered by a company, what type of guarantee are they delivering and how accurate are they in stating that and in reaching that goal, correct?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You can look at let's say the human industry side. All the top leading supplement companies, they don't offer no 30-day guarantee because there's too many factors that can involve in the end result. Now think about it. If you have an English Bulldog or a Belgian Malinois, you're not going to supplement them the same, and they're actually going to both receive different results. Why? There's just too many factors. The breed of the dog, the daily exercise program, the nutritional plan of the dog, how it's completely owned will make a difference on the results. So, there's just too many factors to guarantee a certain specific result. So that's why you don't really see that. We can give a dog this amazing supplement program and put him on a great nutritional program, but if he's a couch potato, he's not going to get the same result compared to one of our NXC dog canine athletes that does multiple sports and trains on a daily basis.
Correct. Okay, our next question is, what kind of dog food should I be feeding my dog? And now, again, let's keep in mind the bully breed dog owners, ones that are looking to pack on weight and add muscle. So let's keep them in mind when answering this question. So go ahead and take over this one.
Well, see, many dog owners are like right now, they're moving towards your grain-free kibbles and your raw diets. Now, with that being said, it's just like on the human end. If we take away essential fats and we take away a lot of your carbs and we put you on a high protein diet, you're tend to going to be a little bit thinner. Now, in the bully community, the trend is to have your dog look a little bit, on the heavier side.
Right.
There's some dog foods out there. I don't want to say names because we're not here to brand other dog companies, but that's the process. Now, if you do decide to go grain-free kibble and raw diet, we have an amazing product line that will help you, one, maximize your high quality protein intake, and at the same time introduce essential fats that would allow your dog to still gain weight. So while I do recommend grain-free or raw, and I would rather see you combine it with something like our Muscle Bully Gains and our Vita Bully. From our research and our study since 2007, that seems to offer the best results when it comes to adding quality muscle mass and muscle size.
So what problems do you see that dog owners are feeding their dog, as far as what wrong ways they supplementing? Well, as far as just feeding them, what issues do you see that they're doing it wrong?
Well, especially in the bully community, you see a lot of splay feet, or what they call easty westy. First thing you need to do when you bring, let's say you bring a pup home, you want to start elevating the bulls. Why? Because they're in the developmental stage, and you don't want to put any additional stress on their joints or on their ankles. Secondly, many people free feed. Now, when you free feed, what this does, it doesn't allow you to control your dog's metabolism. All right, so your dog may be eating every few hours. Well, what this does is it trains your dog's body to increase its metabolism, which means when you put calories in, it's going to burn much faster than if you fed your dog one a day. Now, the ideal feeding program that I suggest is a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal twice a day. It seems, but I've also, we also work with clients who feed once a day,
Mm-hmm.
and won national championships when it comes to competing in sports. I would say stay away from free feeding. Why? Because it increases your dog's metabolism, which will then have your dog hungry all the time, and you're wasting calories.
And when you say free feeding, that's basically just having their food out whenever they can eat it.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You can't count their calorie intake. You don't know. Sometimes they finish, sometimes they don't. But the main problem that we run into, the issue that we run into with free feeders, is that the dogs tend to get finicky, or they're just going through so much processed kibble in terms, and at the same time, they're not putting on the quality weight that they're wanting to put on. Where if you feed a consistent program, I mean, like I said, I've seen dogs. I feed my dog once a day, and
Mm-hmm.
by far he's far from underweight, let's just say that. And so a lot of people have the myth of the more you feed the dog, the better. No, it's not about the more you feed your dog. It's about what you actually put inside your dog that's going to give you the best results.
Right. Makes perfect sense. So let's go ahead and move on to our next slide. Just a few more and we'll be wrapping up. Our key summary here, we want everyone to know that's watching our video, is that there is no magic pill that you can feed your dog that will just add muscle without doing anything, especially in 30 days, he stated. So elaborate on that statement.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You have to put in the work. And when a company will state, hey, just give your dog this multivitamin, and which is not a muscle building product or a mass building product, but let's just say if it was, at the end of the day, when you say that you're going to get a result in 30 days without doing anything, I mean, that's never been proven. Okay, you have to put in the work. Many of the dogs that we work with are completely, I mean, ripped up, and they have really high quality muscle. And the reason is from day one, from when they actually chose the pup, they've had them on a great nutritional plan and a great exercise program, and they've done it consistently over a period of time. I can challenge anyone that says, hey, give your dog a daily multivitamin in 30 days. He doesn't have to do nothing, and all of a sudden he's going to be ripped up. I guarantee you that will never happen. So, don't fall for that, because that'll never happen. And if that is the case, it's kind of like, for example, we have a great multivitamin that has twice as many nutrients and has way more natural ingredients. And you don't ever hear us say, just give this to your dog, and in 30 days, without doing anything, he's going to pack on a bunch of muscle mass. That's that's a myth. That's a huge myth.
Which you could say about humans, correct? Same way, if we can't just take a multivitamin and assume we're going to be ripped up in 30 days, but just by taking a pill.
Exactly. I mean, that's a great analogy. You're not going to go to your local store and grab a 1-a-day vitamin and just pop it in your mouth and then expect to get shredded and add muscle mass and size. And that's like the misconception when we talk about exercising. We have some clients. Well, I say, well, what's your exercise program? Well, I walk my dog, 2-3 miles a day, and I'm like, well, dogs naturally in the wild, cover miles.
Right.
Territory every day. Walking your dog is not what we consider a muscle retention exercise. You have to get out there. What I would recommend is finding those nearby you that are in your community that either weight pull or are known to have really solid dogs that compete in dog sports, and have them advise you and show you how to correctly use your exercise your dog. And of course, in the future, you're going to see videos on our site that's going to showcase you how to start your dog off and exercise with spring poles, with weight, drag sleds, swimming, flirt poles, hills exercises, everything that's going to help your dog break down its muscle tissue and regenerate it in a better way. And most importantly, Stephen, it's all about consistency. Yes, it starts with DNA. You want it, that'll play a big role. But after that, it all boils down to nutrition, exercise, and doing it on a consistent basis over a long period of time. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But if you talk to any professional athlete or any bodybuilder, that it takes time and dedication and commitment to build quality muscle. The sooner you start, the better.
Okay, that leads me to our next question. What age do you think is good to start a puppy? At what age? Any older than that?
Well, That's a great question. Now, like we stated earlier, when your dog is fully grown and he has his foundation, the only way that you can actually build muscle on the dog that has been scientifically proven is to break down the muscle tissue, correct? I mean, that's what we stated earlier. Now, the best time to have your dog on a great nutritional program, and what I recommend the best time to supplement your dog is as soon as weaning stage. If you do not own the mother, or if you didn't produce the litter, is at weaning stage. And the reason is because the first year of their life is when your puppy will naturally break down muscle tissue and regenerate it more than any time in their life.
Right.
So, how I give the people analogy, for example, the Muscle Bully supplement, what it does is it increases the oxygen utilization efficiency within inside your dog's system. So to give you an example, if you have two plants with the same genetic makeup, right? You water them the same, you sun them the same, but in plant B, you increase the oxygen utilization efficiency, right? Science has already proven that, one, that plant's going to grow more efficiently. Two, it's going to produce more fruit, and three, it's going to potentially live longer. So when we went out there and we, for example, put some dogs, like say, some of our clients have litters. We say put the run on a good daily vitamin like our Muscle Bully VitaBully, then put them on the Muscle Bully supplement, which contains DMG. It's a natural ingredient, safe, such an amazing nutrient that increases the oxygen utilization. And the third product would be the Muscle Bully Gains, which will provide your puppy with essential fats, which are beneficial to the internal organ tissue development, brain and eye tissue development, of course, skin and coat. And the runt just all of a sudden within a few weeks almost surpasses or catches up completely with the rest of the litter.
Right. Okay. Which makes perfect sense. Another big problem I see a lot with these guys when it comes to supplementing their dog and just building muscle, adding weight, is that they tend to think that it can be done so quick. And obviously, you stated before, again, it takes time and consistency, correct?
Yeah, I mean, some of these dogs, like Punisher and Halo and Boom and the Siren. These dogs right here, some people are like, well, I want to see before and after. Well, you're never going to see a before and after. The dogs like there have been started from the very beginning, from when they reached home, and have been on an exceptional nutritional program. Now, when you're talking about a dog with a foundation, then that's fully grown, then I suggest taking the tips that we're giving to you right now, and be realistic about your goals. Understand your DNA. If the DNA profile in your dog is not, he's not genetically gifted in muscle mass, correct? His parents are not gifted in muscle mass. Don't expect to give your dog this and have him expect him to look like he's going to be all muscle bound in 30 days, because that's not realistic. Now, ideally, our average gains are between 5 and 10% of the dog's body weight. So, for example, if your dog is 100 pounds, and let's say we were able to get him a minimally, 5%, that's 5 extra pounds of quality muscle mass that you're going to add to your dog. That's a big gain.
Right. For example, going back on the slide, Halo here. Can you give me some history on him?
Well, yeah, obviously he's a very impressive dog. And what I really like about this dog, and you remember I keyed in on walks. Walking your dog is one thing, but one thing that Eric did really well with this dog is that he owns a ton of acres. And obviously not everybody owns a ton of acres, but the way he walks his dogs, they free range, they run through the woods, they're going up and down streams, climbing hills.
Right.
There's a lot of different variations of muscle retention exercise during that walk, and he's done it consistently over a long period of time. And then he's combined it with great nutrition, and that's the thing. When a company will say, "Hey, give this dog a pill in 30 days, and he's going to look ripped like this," to me, there's no integrity behind it. Why? Because one, you're taking away all the hard work and dedication from the person who actually produce the dog, and secondly, you're taking away all the time and commitment and dedication that the owner's putting into the dog.
Great, man. So you have any some closing statements here?
Well, yes. For any of those who have any questions about products, even if you're not using our products, we have a program where you can come on, fill out your information, every dog is unique. I mean, you know, the biggest term in the bully community when it comes to a producer, or a stud dog, is that, man, this litter was consistent. Consistency. Why? Because every dog is unique, and if you're able to take let's say a litter and have a consistent look, that's like achieving the ultimate goal, especially if the goal is to look like the parent that you use.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, again, all dogs are unique, and in most cases you can have pups in the same litter that have completely different genetic makeups. So that's why we've always stayed away from the all-in-ones. We use optimized nutrition because every dog is unique and they need an individually designed plan to maximize the result. So
just like a human, I mean, we're each different, so we would need different custom plans in reaching our goal of any weight loss, correct?
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, you know, my son who's really active, he's, 14 years old. Yeah, he's shredded. He needs to increase his calorie intake. Me, on the other hand, my metabolism is a lot slower than I was when I was 15 or 16 years old, so I don't need the additional calories.
Right, okay. Yeah, so we created this section here for those that want more of a customized nutritional plan for their dog. In addition to the tips that we gave in this video, very helpful tips from Stan as far as adding muscle and increasing weight properly, the right way, what to avoid when purchasing supplements, what to look for in supplement labels. We created this page here, musclebully.com/plan. Now, for those that are interested in getting more an in-depth nutritional plan for their dog, feel free to visit our website here. It's a special form here where you just fill out the form, enter your information, and we can send you back, again, a more customized plan suited specifically to your dog, correct?
Yeah, and the fact that we are the only nutritional company that I know of in the pet industry that offers that.
Right, that's true. Okay, Stan, well, we want to, again, thank you for your time. And again, for those interested in learning more about Stan and the product and just getting more information on creating a healthier, stronger bully dog, visit our website, musclebully.com. And again, the customized plan is musclebully.com/plan. So again, Stan, thank you very much for joining us today.
No, thank you, Stephen. I look forward to future videos, man.
Thanks.